you know those parents that after they put the baby to sleep, they just crack open a bottle of red wine or white wine, whatever. They're just like, Hey folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well and you're taking care of your mental health. This was pretty much a video that I wanted to do, and as per usual, the effects supported me, preparing me, and I basically posted on my community tab asking the effects to ask me any questions that they have in mind for me, just to do like a get to know me tag in this video and just to catch up, because I know y'all have been seeing that I've shifted. Like, you're in SA and then you're in Zimbabwe and then now you're in a mystery country. Where are you? What are you up to? Thank you so much for those of you who responded. I thought it was just going to be like one question. Tell me why there's like paragraphs on paragraphs, child. Like, I love the effects. You are the best community on YouTube. That's a big pervy. Like, no one can argue this fact. So I'm going to group some of them together because some of them are really giving like similar vibes. Let's get started. So congratulations on the new camera. Thank you so much. What keeps you going? I feel like this is the very first one that's going to open up the vibes for today's video. What keeps me going really and truly are my loved ones. I have got this deep fear of letting down people that see a lot in me, so that really just pushes me to just continue, because sometimes I'm just like, I'm done, I'm ready to just give up. But I just remember like my loved ones, like, what would they think, what would they say if I just like gave up? And yeah, and just really and truly, another big thing that I just want to touch base on, when you do things that you love, even if when it gets really hard, the fact that you got into it because you have a genuine passion for it, it just keeps you moving on. Like, if you care about something, you will continue pushing. Really and truly, I've been demonetized. I feel like I'm now like a hummingbird when it comes to this. I've been demonetized 3 times, Shal, on this YouTube platform. If I got into it for the money, then really and truly I was just like, no, I'm done, and just, kept it pushing. But really and truly, I love videography, I love cinematography, I love editing, I love, talking to the effects. So that's what really just keeps me pushing. Like, and also the algorithm trying to play me. What's up with that? Let's get into it. A lot of effects are even getting to me like, hey, we're getting your notifications late. I don't know what that's about, but you know what? It's okay. We're going to keep pushing, keep going. I'm so sorry. I'm always like going on and on and on. Just touch base. When you're passionate about something, that's when you're just like, you know what? Even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, I'm going to keep pushing. And also like my insatiable fear of letting down those I love. Like, no, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Once you've decided to further your studies, did you already have a specific career path in mind? If so, what is it? So right now I am in grad school. I'm doing my master's in higher education, majoring in student affairs. Basically, we're the ones that keep the university running. If we're really going to keep it a buck, it's us. Because a lot of people are always like, what's student affairs? Honey, for you to be enrolled into university admissions, that's student affairs. People who support you, who mentor you, that's student affairs. All the resources that are close to you, that are wooded to you whilst you're in campus community, that is student affairs. So really and truly, it's very broad. It's just like to give you a picture. I was working at the Rotary Center in Harare. There's a Southern African hospitality training center there, and I was working under Mr. Farrell. He was so amazing. He's the one who actually made me fall in love with student affairs, because after, my thing is, I knew that whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to work with the girl child or women's health, reproductive health, sexual health, mental health, all of it, or the girl child. And I was like, okay, let's do international relations. That way we can do diplomacy, and that way we can work with NGOs or even work with embassies, and you're going to impact a lot more lives. I come back to my beloved country. I apply through public affairs. Do I hear back from them? No, child. I have a double major. I did international relations. I got foreign politics and diplomacy. I speak Russian, French, English fluently, Isindebele, Shona. But still, I was not good enough for the foreign affairs for some reason. But anyway, that's a story for another day. And then I was like, hey, we cannot keep sitting around, mopping around about this. I was like, let's go into hospitality because I'm very friendly. I'm very approachable. I love just interacting with people. I love working with people. So I was like, hey, let's go into hospitality. I went to the Ritz-Carlton. That was an amazing experience. I was in Qatar, Doha. Yeah, that's a story for another day, child. And then I came back. I went back to Mr. Farris Training Center. He was always so helpful, so supportive. And that's when he was like, hey, why don't you mentor students and let them know what it's like working in the industry? And I would even take some classes, some management classes. That was really, really amazing. I was like, can I be a teacher like my mother's? Even if we end up in student affairs, if you want to do academia, that's also another option because I genuinely enjoy taking some classes. And then I was like, hey, let's go to grad school. That was the plan. I had already started working on it. Even when I got married, I was like, hey, whilst you're working towards this, we obviously need to save up money because being a student is not gonna pay. So I was looking for a job, jiggy, pregnant. Jiggy, husband. Yo. But you know what? That does not stop the plan. That does not stop the plan that God has in store for us. Let the church say amen. And here we are. At the school that I'm at University of Lincoln, Nebraska. Child, this is going to be such a long video because there's so many questions. I'm really touching on a lot. I'm at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. And I'm working at the Gender and Sexuality Center, and primarily I work with women's health and students with children, which again, we ended up doing exactly what we wanted. When you pray with intention, because really and truly, God is listening and the universe is listening. So go out there and shine, baby. How has your relationship with God been, and what do you do when you feel like you're drifting away from Him? Oof. I feel like right now I'm much closer to Him than ever. Let me tell you, undergrad, I was like, bruh, Papa God, I don't know you. Let me enjoy life. I'm in university. I'm partying. Depression hit, anxiety hit, and now I'm still feeling the after effects. When I decided to give back my life to God, really and truly, my mental health was just in line. One thing about it is I'm never going to make someone believe in something that they don't want to believe. I'm never going to be that person. Really and truly, that's just not my thing. But what I can do is to be Christ-like. If I've decided to be Christian, I'm going to live Christ-like, and God's light will shine through me, and that's how we're going to bring more souls to God. Because I'm going to like, what? Tandy is a Christian and she does all of this? She's amazing. I want to be more like Tandy. And because Tandy is literally the image of Christ, this person's going to be emulating that. That's my plan. I feel like right now, we're in a good space. I'm even finding out that I've got certain spiritual gifts. I'm praying about that, and literally when I pose a question to God that night when I go to sleep, I dream about it and I get my answer. So I feel like He's close. And He also said I'm closest to the brokenhearted. I'm closest to the widows and orphans, and child, I'm both. So me and Him, we're like this. We have our own understanding, we have our own relationship, and I just really love God. Right now, this is the best we've been at. Like, I know that this being is in my corner, and all I have to do is to respect Him, love Him, worship Him, and everything else will flow. Do you believe in celibacy when it comes to dating or being in a relationship? If so, what would you say are the pros and cons? Right. So I'm going to say this again because I believe I've spoken about this on this channel. To me, dating is when you're in the talking stage, you're talking to a lot of people. You can go on really like PG-13 dates, going to watch movies, grab dinner, take a walk in the park, getting to know each other. Courtship, however, is now like in a relationship. We're in a committed relationship. We're exclusive. We're seeing only each other, right? My thing about that is when I'm in a courtship, I see a future with you beyond just this. I see us settling down, getting married, or whatever we may decide on. It can be like a partnership, but for me, I'm a Christian woman. I believe in marriage. That's just it. I believe in having cute little babies running around, and the vibes. I believe in being husband and wife, and just being merry and happy. Do I believe in having sex? Sex is different for a lot of people. Some people can do like just kissing, for example, or not even penetrative sex. Celibacy can even just be none of that, like no kissing, we just hold hands and we take walks. For me personally, if I'm in a courtship, I'm just going to be open and honest. I am a sinner and I'm probably going to sin again. I'm so sorry. God must forgive me. I'm getting weak. I'm getting very weak. But at the end of the day, I come back and I ask for forgiveness. I don't know why this is so funny, child. But it's actually not funny. This is actually dead ass. So, personally, no. I would go into it really and truly. As long as I have my partner's consent, I say go for it. The pros to that, I would say intimacy just really brings you all closer. And also, I don't want to end up married to someone and I find out that I'm not like sexually compatible with them. Because, no, baby, no, that just sounds like hell. But also the cons to that, if you rush into being intimate with someone, your mind is already wired. Okay, I like this person. What if you're like sexually compatible with them, but everything else you're not compatible? You don't compromise. You don't see eye to eye. You don't share the same beliefs. But you've already rushed to, to all of that vinky vonko. Which is why I say, during dating stage, no. But in a courtship, you're a sinner. Ask for forgiveness. But also at the same time, just know your person, because sometimes people can just pretend like they want to go into it for the long run, and then once they get what they want, they dip. Guys, I feel like this should be a whole separate video, but yeah, that's my stance on that. Have you ever experienced a time where your beliefs were challenged by someone and you actually realized they were right? Oh yes, my late husband. Why don't you write a book about this man? Child, this man had so many spiritual gifts. This man took his time to understand me, to know how I think, to this point where I didn't need to say certain things. He just knew. This man knew everything about my soul, my spirit, my trauma. He knew everything. He would finish my sentences like, and in Inyango, guys, I said to myself, Mwari, I want a man that believes in you. But when I prayed that prayer, guys, I didn't know that he was going to bring me, this man loved God and he knew God. He read the whole Bible. He studied so many different religions to the point that where I did religious studies from Form 1, guys, grade 8. I even did divinity in A level. My undergrad degree, I had to do religious studies because international relations, right? I felt like I knew. I was raised in a Christian home. I felt like I knew my God, but would have debates, guys, talking about like, it was just so healthy. Like, it was just a beautiful marriage. But at the same time, I was like, I want someone who's also still learning to love God. But he always used to reassure me to be like, hey, Tandy, even though I'm at this stage with God, right? Just know that I'm also like still a baby. I'm in baby phase. I'm also still learning. There are some things that I do wrong, right? And I guess that was very, very important for me because I didn't want to reach a stage where I'm idolizing this man when I have one God. Do you understand? Like, he taught me so much about spirituality. He taught me so much about loving God. He taught me so much about even myself. Like, I was like, whew. So I think that was, I have mentioned already that I was raised in a Christian home. And I was raised to love God, to worship God. I know my church doctrine, both Catholic and Seventh Day. But being Michael's wife really made me to know God and to love God. And that challenged my beliefs in a very good way. Because I was like, whoa, this is amazing, So that's my example. And yeah, of course, they were very right. Like, y'all gonna have to pray that I finally start writing this book, child. Yeah. What are your summer plans? Let's just make it I feel like this first set of questions are really, really heavy. But yeah, what are your summer plans? Are the legs coming out this summer? Big purr, baby. And also, I love the person that asked this question. Actually, I love everybody who asks these questions, but this is Rain. Okay, big purr, baby. Rain, I have got something planned in the bag, still in the works. Since I'm doing my master's, I have to do an internship. that's going to be like, let's do big girl things first, guys, because we have to secure the future, have to do an internship. But if I find some time, of course the legs are coming out, baby. During the weekends. First thing you're doing if you're winning $100,000 right now. I need it. Who gonna swipe them visas? Get some money. This also ties into what's on your playlist right now. When are we getting that much needed playlist? Child, if I win 100,000 right now, starting a trust fund for my baby. Because what? Guys, tomorrow is not promised. If there's one thing that you must learn from my life story, is that tomorrow is not promised. So make sure that your future is set for your loved ones. I'm opening up a trust fund, but also I'm setting aside some money on the side to have fun with my baby, my loved ones, you know. Books going all right? Do we have a grad outfit in mind? Of course, big purr, baby. What I have right now, I don't know if I want to get this tailor-made, but also here in America, I don't know of any tailors that would do things like tailors back home. So yeah, but Oksalayo is gonna be like a bodycon dress. It's going to be, is it above or below the knees if it's closer to the ankle? Child, that one. It's going to be over the knees for sure, but it's gonna be like body hugging, because during the time that I'm going to graduate, it's going to be summer and it gets really, really hot here. So it's going to be something very, very sexy, but also very classy, you know? It's definitely going to be a dress. What is the craziest thing you have ever done? Guys, I've done so many crazy things. And listen, there was a time I was young, wild, and free, guys. Like, yo, I haven't even been sipping my drink. It depends who's asking. But because family and friends watch this channel, let's keep it PG. What's the the craziest thing that I did? I met someone online, which this is actually wild. And I'm going to tell you a very short story time right now. I met someone online and I told my bestie, it's like, I'm going to meet this person, but please, if anything happens to me, this is their phone number, this is where they're from, and this is their IT number. I have everything unlocked, and this is their car license plate. It was a wonderful weekend, Shem. And this person was like, I want to get married. I'm like, sir, I need to get to know you first, you know? And that didn't work out, and they ended up getting married in December. That's so funny. Top 2 YouTubers and why? Guys, I actually have a lot of top YouTubers that I really love. Salome Laka. She's in her soft girl era, also getting her bag, and very hardworking, consistent here on YouTube. I love that because it gives me motivation when I'm watching her stuff and I haven't even edited something. I'm like, oh, if Salome is doing it, girl, you better get to it. So I absolutely love Salome. I also love Cheyenne. They go by Shay Move here on YouTube. She's amazing. I love K Yarms, darling. Big purr. I love K Yarms. I'm sorry, these are top 2, but I have so many. And then I also love lately Mrs. C, because she's also newly married, also has a very young baby, and just her content, you can see that she's like, she's putting so much thought behind her work, and she's working so hard. Like, the editing is just so amazing, the angles, it makes you feel like you're there with her. Yeah, and the cooking, yo, Mrs. C, if you're watching this, I love your channel. It makes me feel so warm inside because I love to cook. Like, yeah, they just inspire me a lot. I have a lot of favorite YouTubers, guys. I will not finish today. I have a lot. What meal would you eat every day? Breakfast, I feel like I don't give breakfast enough credit, only because I'm so busy that I don't have time to sit down. I love breakfast. That's actually my favorite meal of the day, but I need time to prepare it, to sit down and really enjoy it. So if I had the luxury to have slow mornings, it would definitely be breakfast. What do you do that is a bad habit and people around you hate, but you still do it? Sucking my thumb. I actually stopped sucking my thumb in undergrad. Literally after I turned 21, I was still good. Guys, in my lecture dates, everywhere. Yeah, sucking my thumb was really, really bad until I got braces and felt so much pain, and I just had to stop. And now, guess what? Out of everything, the one thing my daughter had to choose is to suck her thumb. Guys, just life. But anyway, what's your dream job? Oof. Where I am supporting women and children. especially those who have gone through trauma or grief. Counseling psychology, that is my dream job. I want to have my own practice, work with many NGOs. Yeah, that's my dream job. And also where I can have the luxury to travel whenever I want to travel, because I actually really love to travel, but again, time and money. What do you think about women who don't see themselves being CEOs or business owners but are happy being housewives? Honestly, more power to you, baby. I was a housewife before my hubby passed away because the pregnancy was just insane, and we just both decided that it wasn't the right time to be on my feet and to be in stressful situations, because yeah, it was a lot. I actually worked harder being a housewife than actually going to the office. If you want to have a break, leave the house, because actually people don't give this enough. Like, working from home or just being at home all the time, for me, Uncle, personally, because I love to work with people as well, no, it's a no for me. More power to you, because it's your choice to stay at home, because it's actually the most difficult job. You are on call 24/7. Literally, if you're going to be a housewife, just know that you're going to be on call 24/7. There are no days off, especially when you start having kids. Oh, child, that's a story for another day. But personally, it's a no. But I'm also going to be very supportive of a woman that says, you know what, I'm going to give up my career and take care of my kids, because you're very, very brave to do that, to give up. But also, what if that is your aspiration, right? To just be at home and raise your kids, because that's very amicable, actually. It's a lot of work. That's what I'm going to say. And also, I support them. But for me, personally, no, I'm going to chase my dreams, child. Which do you do most, or rather find yourself doing more? Worshipping or praising, or praying? Praying. For me, even if I'm just taking a walk or just chilling, I also like to pray with other people. Of course, like, it's very intimate to me. I just don't pray with just anybody. Like, I don't know, I'm weird like that. I have to be very comfortable with you for you to hear my prayers. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. I love to pray more. And I like praise and worship. I guess it's more of like the conservative side of me. The churches I grew up in, they used to do a lot of singing, yes, but also they do a lot of praying, actually. I guess so, but they don't do like the kind of prayer that I like. I like to pray, cry, and my churches are just very, very chill, very calm. And yeah, I guess I feel more connected to God when I'm praying. But also at the same time, there's some songs that just start ringing in my head and I start singing them, and I feel like that's another form of praise. So I do love a good gospel song, especially Shona Ondebele songs. I don't feel very connected to like English songs. Even if I'm going to translate the songs that I like in Shona into English, I am just like, it's like eating sadza with my fork and knife. It's still sadza, it's good, but also when I'm eating with my hands, it's really like, dang. Guys, I love the metaphors. Come through. I have one more question. One more question. This is for my little niece. Love you, Charles. How was your move to America, and how different is the culture? Let me tell you, the culture shock really, really hit me here more than any other country I've lived in. I've lived for at least 6 months or more in Qatar, South Africa, Russia, and now America. But the culture shock here is so intense. First of all, everything's siloed, especially here in the city I'm in. Like, it's very, very hard to go out there and make friends. I don't know. It's just not the same as home. You know how like back home, you can literally just go out and you can make friends. Here it's like, really? Culture is definitely very different from back home. Everybody back home is very loving. Yo, you could be going through something, your car will break down. I literally watched a little, like, you know, those shorts on YouTube. This man tried to ask this girl if he could jumpstart his car. And she literally was like, I don't know you for me to jumpstart your car. I'm like, this is just the basic thing that you do on the side of the road to help people. But yeah, here, stranger danger is real, child. Like, yeah, I get it. But also, if you're not from here, it's like, why are you being rude? It comes off as being rude, but really and truly, that's just how they are accustomed, which is okay. But yeah, it was really, really intense here. I really acclimatized quicker in Russia and in South Africa and in Qatar, because I guess it's because there were a lot more people from my country, or at least Southern African countries. So it was okay. But here in the city, child, there's not many people that look like me. So I guess that's another huge thing. I guess I need to feel like representation matters for me to be okay. But also at the same time, I like to just throw myself into something completely different. That's just my nature. Literally, if my partner is to be like, hey, I got a job in Japan, I'm going to be like, oh, that's my dream country to visit. So let's move. When are we moving? Tomorrow. Like, I'm just that type of person. I don't question. I'm ready to go. But also at the same time, once I get there, it's like, oh, climatizing to this new culture. And also like the language that they use, it's going to be very different. I can be like, oh, I'm waiting in the queue. And they'll be like, sorry, what's that? Oh, the line. Things like that. Like very small changes in the language that make you feel like, oh, am I saying or doing the wrong thing? And also with my anxiety, that just did not help. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like this video was long overdue. I had to touch base with y'all. I'm so sorry. Also, I look this pretty because I got an award today, baby. Big purr. Thank you so much for the support that you continue to show me, and thank you for those of you who nominated me. Also, that's not to say that I haven't made like really amazing friends here. Oh my goodness, I've made some really genuinely kind friends here. Even my co-workers. This is the best office I've ever worked with. I'm just gonna lay it out there. Literally, I went to the award show with my daughter, and everybody was just playing my daughter. I don't see that happening anywhere else. Like, I prayed for this, and I'm just really, really in love with my job, and everybody that I work with is so kind. So yeah, I'm grateful. I hope this was enjoyable. Also, I'm so sorry. I will blabber on. If you allow me, I will go on and on and on and talk to whoever can become I'm in. Anyway, thank you for watching.